my phone. He was like, I was like, matter of fact, I missed his call and I called him back. I'm like, what's up, man? He was like, man, new Offset some trash. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Then he was like, oh man, this new Big X to plug some trash, right? But of course, I mean, some people, I mean, listen to what I'm saying. So listen to what I'm saying. That wasn't even it. Because I'm gonna tell you when I lost my absolute mind on this nigga. So you just told me both of these projects was trash, and then literally right after that, this nigga said Cardi B went crazy on the Jay-Z joke. I literally blacked out on this nigga and hung up. I'm like, nigga, there's no way. I haven't even, and listen to what I'm saying. This was Friday. This was early Friday. I haven't even heard neither one of them albums. But I know for a fucking God green fact, you ain't about to tell me Offset album was trash and BigXThaPlug was trash, and you telling me that Cardi B went crazy on the J. I said, nigga, get the fuck off my phone. Like, suck my whole dick. You did not just call me and say this. And this is why I don't be answering the phone for niggas. I be real, like, particular when I feel like talking to people, because you cannot say no stupid shit like that. Like, I'm cool. Like, people's opinion is whatever, but what made me even think about that again was like, I understand, like, for some people that you may not be able to get into the Big X if you're not open mind to listen to country music. But that's my whole point. Is like, what made me ask that question is like, we could all just randomly pick a movie and it may not be, it don't have to be an all black cast for people to sit here and watch this shit. And you may, if you actually with an open mind, you may really like it. Like shit, when I come in here and talk about some of them like docu-series where it was the Amy Bradley joint, or if it was the other girl, the TikTok girl who boyfriend killed her. So if it's any of those things where it's like, okay, what if I wasn't open minded? I'm only watching BMF documentaries and shit like that. But my mind is, so I feel like I guess my question is, do you think people are more closed minded to trying new music instead of like, and their mind is not open like you are to watching a new TV show or a new movie if somebody recommended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like that. I'm like, damn, why is it such a hard pushback on music than it is on TV or movies?
Because that's like me telling you, oh, it's like the Blacklist. That was like the best thing on TV. That's most people on there is white or whatever case may be, a couple of blacks. And I can tell you that, right? And you look at me like, nigga, I'm not watching no white because it's white.
For sure.
But then you might, all right, it came up on Netflix, and then you start looking like, oh, damn, this shit is good. But it's like I said, but if I tell you, oh, Sabrina Cop, you definitely not going to tune into, you know what I'm saying? You're not even going to even touch that. But I feel like even for just music, I mean, for movies and TV shows, it's easy for you to be like, all right, well, let me just.
But I wonder, I guess my question is, why is it like that though? Because I do agree with you. I totally agree with what you're saying, because even when you just use the Sabrina Carpenter, like I know that she's huge for white people, but it just be certain shit that just be like, yeah, I'm cool on that. But if Sabrina Carpenter did a joint with Meg Thee Stallion or something, 9 times out of 10, I'll probably listen to it at least once and then try to figure out if I like it from there or not. Because let's be clear, like somebody like two white people that I kind of will always give a fair listen to is Jelly Roll and fucking Teddy Swims. And them two niggas is like hardcore. Like I wouldn't want to be in a bar with them two white niggas if they get drunk type of white. Like they them the type of white, like it's kind of like you gonna side eye some of them niggas if you see them like somewhere in fucking West Bubblefuck Maryland somewhere or West Bubblefuck Virginia. I'm gonna look at both of them niggas kind of like, let me pay attention to these two big country looking white dudes. So it's a little bit, but I've listened to their music with like honest ears because okay, they both do enough features with black people, they do enough features with rappers. I kind of feel like they tapped in, and I've heard both of them talk on like maybe I sit here and say I've seen Teddy Swims do a Breakfast Club interview, or I done seen Jelly Roll do a 3-hour podcast with Joe Rogan. So you kind of a little bit more open to certain things. So it's like, all right, let me sit here and listen to it and give it an honest ear. And I like both of them. Like if both of them drop a project, I'm going to listen to both of them, their projects. And again, with somebody talking about like Jelly Roll, nigga, Jelly Roll lost his absolute, this nigga, that level of soul that this nigga took that shit to with that BigXThaPlug. I'm like, oh, no, you're crazy as hell. Like if you sit here telling me you don't like this, I can't even sit here and know if you actually like music, period. But I can understand if you're closed minded to like, I'm never gonna give country a try. But then sometimes if
y'all listen to that Beyonce shit, I don't know how you can't listen to BigXThaPlug, because that was actually like country music.
Nah, for real. Like, the crazy thing is, I'm sure that sounds crazy, but if you're doing an honest comparison, take the names away.
And
you just going off of just pure sound. If you just go off of pure sound,
that's what I was going to ask you.
If you just go off of pure sound, BigXThaPlug, this new BigXThaPlug project sounds like a real live country album compared to like Beyonce shit sound like some commercial shit where it's like, hey, I'm gonna trick you niggas to get some awards and shit like that. And then BigXThaPlug shit sound like a nigga really from the fucking South and really put a country album together like from scratch. Like I'm talking about the people who doing, he not trying to play around. He went and got whatever the big name white people who do the country music, let them do the hooks, and but he still has that. We talked about that before. He got one of those voices that just sound like it just sound country. It sounds smooth. Like he is the new Rick Ross. Like his voice make the song.
But I'm gonna tell you, and like I said, I mean, now we talking about the album, but it's just so crazy because like the other day, I was on YouTube or whatever, and we looked at his performance, right? And it was one of them little festivals. It was one of them joints Amazon just did recently. Nothing but white people in it. You probably can count how many black people was in there in that crowd. Mm-hmm. He performed, and I'm talking about he killed the joint. And Eric was like, "Damn, that's the first time like I really actually listened to him. His actual music." And he was like, "Damn, like wow, them white people." You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, "Nah, like that's his. He has that kind of
for sure. He has that. He got that performance, and it's what he say.
And then, like I said, then when the album came out, I'm like, dog, like that joint hit. And I to me personally, I just said the only thing, like I said, that probably would have put you over the edge if you had a Beyonce feature, and if Beyonce was really about the whole. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I get what he's doing, and it's going to hit, everywhere else
for sure.
But had you had a Beyonce feature on there, I think that probably would have took it.
But I think realistic. I think
if she was written,
if she was really in her country bag for sure, she probably would have got
back. And because you was using his music in your shows.
But I mean, of course, but Beyonce still on. She literally just came off tour, so I'm sure he's been working on this album for a minute. So I don't necessarily know if I'm sure the schedules probably be a little bit difficult to get that one to work. But even still, for him though, I think you kind of got to pace yourself as well. I don't necessarily, if I'm BigXThaPlug, I don't want to get a Beyonce feature right this second because he's still new as hell.
Everybody, like you, I don't who have, cause like I said, for him, I feel like you haven't missed.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. He hasn't missed, and I think, but again, you can kind of almost compare him. He doing what Stephen A. doing realistically, where it's like, I know how fickle black people are. Like it's black people are so fickle and pick and choose like what you'll support, what you'll hate on. And the sad thing is, bro, you could literally, if you get one of them solid diehard white fan bases, bro, they not gonna go nowhere. They gonna rock with you forever, and they gonna never be no conversation of, oh, you washed up and this, that, and the third, or you missed your window. Like you are never going to have those conversations.
And I think long term wise, like a lot of those songs gonna be picked up on TV shows, gonna be picked up on these commercials. Football about to start. Like a lot of that stuff.
I mean, he kind of already went crazy last year with the largest John football. I mean, they use that damn near for every commercial and every football game.
This CD that you could put even more into those commercials and
for sure,
shows.
Of course.
Like I said, I feel like that was a good project for him.
Oh yeah, no, he knocked the home run. I guess my only, even just real quick while we talking about music, my only beef with Offset will be is like. And I know a lot of people probably didn't listen to his last project, but I think that's sometimes when you talk about expectations, when you're going to listen to new music, where it's like, I mean, of course he was, and I even had it in the group chat where people was like, oh, Quavo could never do this. I mean, and you might be right. Quavo may not be able to go that vulnerable, but I don't think Offset really had no like real, like he ain't got no real heat on it. Like this shit cool. Like I like the song with him and Key Glock. I like that. To me is more like what I'm looking for from Offset. But if I'm just comparing it off of his last project by himself, I ain't comparing it to no Migos stuff. I'm talking about just his last project that he put out by himself compared to this shit. Is like it's cool. Like I get, listen, I understand where you're going. Like you really talking about what you're going through in life. You talking about your real emotions. You made a song for the Takeoff, and you made a jump talking about your situation with Cardi. Cool. All of that is cool. I'm not knocking that. Like you can see the maturity in his music, but I'm still like. Me personally, when I'm going to go listen to anything from somebody that was in the Migos, you kind of got a different bar you got to hit for me.
But to be honest with you, even listen to his project, to me, what I think he really was missing was Cardi B on that album. I feel like that when they had the back and forth, when the joint that they had with them two together, when they was doing the back and forth, I feel like a lot of these songs, had you had Cardi B on there, going back and forth, giving y'all both of y'all point of view or whatever the case may be, I think it would have put it up even more. Because like I said, listen to it. Like I said, it was a solid project, but I feel like some of that Cardi B could have been on some of those songs, and it definitely would have took it there.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I said, it was a cool project, but it just wasn't. It ain't do it for me. And I ain't even talking about the Cardi B shit. I'm just saying, just like that song with him and like he had that song with Future last time when the John with him and what was the crazy John he had to hit with Don Toliver. Like he just kind of like to me personally, he set the bar for himself extremely high with that last project because he had a lot of heat on that last project. Like I played that John with him and Future to the ground. But like I said, I like the joint with him and Key Glock. That to me probably was my favorite song off the whole project. But I guess real quick, I do want to have a conversation because me and Erica had that kind of debate. What was that, last week or the week before last? When